Making sure that the community here know all about them is key to ensuring a future for this species. In nearby Glencar, I got to tag along with a school outing to the river, organised by the Kerry Life project as part of their education and outreach work. Karen O'Neill is doing a PhD on the freshwater pearl mussel, and she's working with the Kerry Life project. But she's also a former pupil of the school.
You actually went to this primary school?
Yeah, and I never expected I'd end up working as an environmental scientist in the area, but here we are.
That is brilliant. How was it that you got to study the pearl mussel then, having grown up in this area?
Well, it's interesting. I was really only vaguely aware of them when I was younger. It was my father that said, there's this mussel in the area, we don't know much about it, why don't you study them? And here I am, a couple of years later.
And now you're taking the same kids from your primary school. I see it.
The kids here are determined to see some of the aquatic life in the river and hopefully to see some freshwater pearl mussels.
So it's not normally this high, guys, isn't it? Does that mean it's going to be more difficult to get in and see the pearl mussels?
Yeah.
You can tell a lot about the river just by looking at the little insects.
There are plenty of other insects and creepy crawlies for the kids to see first. A healthy river like this is just teeming with life.
Who has seen this caddisfly larvae case? It's a home that they build themselves out of sand and
He's
stuff.
trying to come out.
I know.
So you've got a little water beetle.
Okay.
This is a mayfly. It indicates really clean water.
Would you have thought there would be so much life in a little bag of river water before you saw it?
No.
We're really hoping to see the freshwater pearl mussels today, but you can't just collect them or take them out of the water without damaging them. So a special instrument called a bathoscope is used to view the riverbed.
I can see kind of stones and grass and things.
The water is a little stirred up after a rainy few weeks, but this is a high-status site, a really clean river. So it doesn't have a lot of silt on the riverbed or too much algae growing, both of which can smother the habitat for the freshwater pearl mussel.
If there's too much fine sediment gets into the mussel's habitat, it tends to cover over the surface. And the young mussels, much like salmon eggs, need clean water flowing through the gravel underneath the immediate surface. And they need it for 7 to 10 years. So they really are very susceptible to any impact from sediment or nutrients increasing algal growth.
And the freshwater pearl mussel that are found in these rivers, they're quite an amazing animal.
The freshwater pearl mussel is the largest invertebrate in Ireland. It's also the longest living animal in Ireland. And it's incredible to think that some of the small mussels inside in this river might be the size of your hand or older than the country itself, or older than the state itself. They live up to 120 years. So they're really an incredible species. Unfortunately, they're critically endangered worldwide, and they are likely to go extinct within this generation of mussels unless things change.
It's really nice to know that the next generation, the young ones coming up, know that there's a special thing here. There's a really clean river and it needs, I suppose, special treatment to keep it that way.
Absolutely. The freshwater pearl mussel is termed an umbrella species. And it's called an umbrella species because by conserving the mussel and its sensitivities, we can protect a whole ecosystem, including the salmon, the insects that live around in the river, up onto the wider land outside the river and all the biodiversity that's entailed. So we're really playing the long game here, and we've an active outreach programme to the schools to encourage the young people to take an interest in conservation.
Because we know that pristine rivers, I guess, are on the decline in Ireland, we know that ours are very special. And I've got such a deepened respect for the rivers now that I understand them as an ecosystem and something that is so unique around the world now. We don't have much freshwater pearl mussel habitat left, and to know that we have this in our area is very exciting.
The fact that the freshwater pearl mussel is so rare tells us a lot about the quality of water in most of our rivers, where it can't survive. I'm going to continue my journey to find out what's being done to ensure that the pristine waters here don't end up like rivers in other parts of the country.